Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Gary Nassif in Las Vegas. This is my home and my art gallery and my music studio. And I'd like to welcome you. Whenever you're in Las Vegas, let me know, and you can see my gallery of art, and we'll have a glass of champagne or a soft drink, whatever you want. I've got a little story that you've got to know about. I was raised by my parents. They had to work, and they had a wonderful restaurant in downtown Cedar Rapids, right next to a movie theater called the the what was it called now? I forgot. I spent so much time there. The Palace Theater. It was right next door to Tony's 316 Grill. And when they didn't have a babysitter, they sent me into the movies and got me popcorn and my Coke, and I was happy because I was in another world, and I love the movies and I love the stars. And I watched them wishing that they were all related to me and that I could be on the screen with them. I learned how to dance by watching Fred Astaire and by watching the great Gene Kelly and Cid Charisse and so many others, Donald O'Connor, Dan Daly, so many, and they were all beautiful. Oh, Ann Miller. I loved Ann Miller. In fact, I met her, and when I told her about my book title, she loved it. She said, "That's a fabulous title. It's called Stop Crying and Listen to the Music." And you can get it at Barnes and Noble or Amazon. But it's the story of my life, and I'm very proud of it. But I'm going to tell you a little story about Cid Charisse. Cid Charisse was an elegant ballerina who danced with both Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire in the MGM movies, and she was simply divine. And I was in Los Angeles with my mother, and my mom was invited for lunch with some ladies, and I thought, well, I'll call Sybil Brand, my best friend and socialite, Beverly Hills socialite. She was very, very well known and powerful in Hollywood with the golden movie stars. So I called her and I said, "Hi, Sybil, I'm in town. What's going on?" And she said, "I want you to meet me at the Beverly Wilshire Hotel, and it's a luncheon and a book signing, and there are going to be a lot of stars there, and I want you with me." So I said, "Sybil, you're a dream." I said, "How much is the ticket?" She said, "There's no charge because I'm taking care of it." So I said, "Fine." She said, "Meet us there." So I went, and I was mingling, and I saw Cid Charisse. And I spoke to her, and I said, "Cid, I want you to know that I've been studying dance because of you and Fred Astaire and Gene Kelly and all the rest, and I want you to know how much I appreciate you." And she whispered, she didn't talk, she whispered, "Thank you." Well, I went to the table to sit with Sybil, and I wanted to write her a note. So I wrote a note and had the waiter send it over to her, and she was kind of far away, but I was on a balcony looking down, and I sent the note over with the waiter, and it said, "Thank you for being so wonderful on the screen and now meeting you in person has made my dream come true. And I said, thank you for uplifting my spirits, which were very low when I was a child. And you helped me through some very difficult times. So I went to the balcony railing to look out to see where she was, and she was sitting with another movie star by the name of June Haver. June was a singer and dancer in the movies in the 40s and 50s. Wonderful. And I held my water glass up, hoping that they would see who wrote the note. And they each put their glasses on to read my message. And they looked around for me, and I held my glass way up, and both of them stood up, and they raised their glasses, and they nodded, "Good job, Gary, good job." And I can't tell you how exciting it was for them to give me such a tribute by holding their glasses of water up in honor of me finally making my dream come true through them on the screen. These golden movie stars helped me through a lot, and they gave me something to shoot for. And so that's what led me to the stage in the MGM Grand in Hollywood, in Beverly Hills. So remember, your dreams can come true. And I can't stress that enough. Work on your dreams, don't let go of them, and work toward them and see yourself already experiencing your dream. That's what I want you to do. Because it worked for me, let it work for you. Okay? Come and see me. Love to see you. Love to have you in my home. Bye-bye.